The application of Propspeed gives boat owners two simple advantages: more speed, less fuel. Propspeed works because it's slick, not because it's toxic. The Propspeed application is a simple process involving surface preparation, metal conditioning, a catalyzed etching primer, followed by a silicon-based top coat. Propspeed is available in 3 kit sizes: a 200mm kit, which will coat a set of 2 23-inch or 60cm propellers; a half-litre kit, which will coat a set of 2 42-inch or 100cm propellers; and a 1-litre kit, which will coat a set of 2 75-inch or 190cm propellers. Each kit contains an etching primer hardener, and the clear coat. Propspeed has a 2-stage metal conditioning and cleaning system with PropPrep and PropClean. PropPrep is available in 1 and half-litre bottles, and both products are available in handy pre-soaked wipes in boxes of 10. Be sure to ask for these when ordering. The Propspeed system can be applied to propellers, shafts, bow thrusters, rudders, trim tabs, keel coolers, and through hull fittings. The clear top coat without the use of the etching primer can be used on plastic-based items, such as underwater lights and plastic bow thrusters. The process to apply Propspeed to your running gear isn't difficult, but the process must be strictly adhered to in order to get a superior result. For this reason, we strongly recommend using a Propspeed approved applicator or an experienced marine painter. Propspeed doesn't require any special equipment in its application. All you need is a dual action sander, some 80 grit sandpaper, both wet and dry, plenty of rags, plastic mixing containers, disposable brushes, disposable foam rollers, disposable plastic paint trays, mixing sticks, paper paint suits, disposable gloves, eye protection, and a dust sanding mask. The application of Propspeed can be broken down into 5 separate stages. First stage, metal surface preparation, sanding the surface or using PropStrip. Second stage, initial clean, using PropClean. Third stage, metal conditioning, using PropPrep. Fourth stage, metal etching primer. Fifth stage, clear coat top coat. Metal surface preparation, sanding the surface or using PropStrip. As is the case with all surface coatings, the preparation of the surface to be coated for the application of Propspeed is key. Any previously applied Propspeed on propellers, rudders and drive shafts should be high pressure cleaned, removing all marine foul from surfaces, then be allowed sufficient time to thoroughly dry. You must first abrade the surface that is to be coated with Propspeed to an 80 grit profile. This can be done using a dual action or air-driven sander, and for difficult areas, wet sand by hand. New to our range is the revolutionary PropStrip. This is a safe, low toxicity remover that is totally water neutralized. The product can reduce the labour cost to remove Propspeed by up to 70%, as well as reducing dust and noise in the boatyard, and cutting the expense of abrasives. For yards without a water catchment process, this system also enables all of the waste and removed product to be captured and processed to a waste container. For this process, we recommend the use of Hessian or burlap sacking placed under the area, so the removed product washes off onto the sacking. The water will drain through the Hessian sacking, capturing the old Propspeed, and the Hessian sacking can be rolled up and all waste placed in the waste container. Good work practice is always recommended with the wearing of protective hand and eyewear. Mask off any surface on the vessel that the PropStrip could splash or drip onto. This easy on and easy off application of the PropStrip has 3 simple rules to follow. Dependent on the remaining wear layer of the silicon top coat, the Propspeed may first need to be abraded with 80 grit sandpaper. This enables the PropStrip to work more effectively by penetrating the silicon faster. Make sure the area you are working with is totally dry. PropStrip does not like any moisture. Water deactivates the PropStrip completely. Ensure any areas that are not being treated are adequately protected from the PropStrip. Apply PropStrip liberally with a brush. ensuring there's a thick coating on 100% of the surface being treated, allowing for complete saturation of the part. Allow the saturation period to soak in for the appropriate time, taking into account the relevant environmental conditions. In cold conditions, 10 to 15 degrees Celsius or 50 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit, it could take up to 3 hours to release the old Propspeed. Or if colder, it may have to be left overnight. In hot conditions above 35 degrees Celsius or 95 degrees Fahrenheit, it may be necessary to ensure the treated area is in shade to prevent the application from drying out while performing its action. The product works faster in hot conditions, so within 30 to 60 minutes, you should begin to visually observe the discoloration of the old Propspeed. When the product has started to bubble and change colour, this is a good sign that it's doing its job. PropStrip does the hard work for you. Test a small area with a scraper to see if it will be freely released from the substrate. Once ready, wash with a high-pressure hose or water blaster. Any remaining product is removed using a wet Scotch-Brite pad or wet-dry sandpaper. Initial clean. Using PropClean. Once the surface to be coated has had the old Propspeed chemically or mechanically removed, it's now time to clean the surface with the PropClean solution. From this stage of the application forward, there should be no direct hand contact with the areas that are to be coated with Propspeed. The reason for this is that the oils on your fingers and hands will be transferred to the surface that is to be coated, and this may cause the coating to fail. Plastic or latex gloves should be worn at all times. If you need to change gloves frequently, then do so. Make sure you have an abundance of rags on hand for the next 2 steps. Clean the surface with PropClean. Immediately wipe the surface with a clean, dry rag. Repeat until there's no residue left. Metal conditioning using PropPrep. Apply PropPrep solution liberally with a clean rag or use the PropPrep wipes. Immediately wipe the surface with a clean, dry rag to ensure no residue is left. PropPrep is essential in the chemical preparation of the metal substrate to be coated with Propspeed. It contains ingredients that react with the metal, creating a surface porous layer. This porous layer is key to ensuring penetration and completion of the self-etching reaction of the primer to the metal substrate. PropPrep also ensures that no free alkalinity as a result of various soap or detergent washing is present to interfere with the self-etching primer reaction and adhesion to the metal substrate. Metal etching primer. Ambient temperatures have an effect on the application of Propspeed and the set times of the metal etching primer and the clear top coat. We recommend a minimum temperature of 8 degrees Celsius or 46 degrees Fahrenheit. In hot conditions, never apply the product in direct sunlight or on humidity above 85%. Open the can of etching primer. The yellow pigment in the bottom of the can must be thoroughly mixed before adding the etching primer hardener. This can be done quite easily using a wooden mixing stick. This usually takes no more than 2 or 3 minutes. Failure to thoroughly mix the etching primer base as described may lead to premature hardening, inconsistencies and short life expectancy of the final coating system. Once the etching primer base has been thoroughly stirred and there are no solids left in the bottom of the can, you can now add the etching primer hardener to the etching primer base. The mixing ratio of etching primer base to etching primer hardener is 4 parts base to 1 part hardener. However, we recommend that you mix the etching primer hardener right into the etching primer base container, thereby ensuring an accurate measurement. Once mixed together, there's no need to worry about a shortened pot life or work time. You can apply your primer with brushes and/or a foam roller. The application process must be well planned due to times in between coats and may require 2 applicators. The time of each coat is essential to enable the required chemical bond between coats. The Propspeed system requires 2 generous coats of etching primer. To access all parts of the propeller and shaft, we recommend turning the prop using a brush or wooden stick to avoid handling the prop. Once you've applied the first coat of etching primer, we recommend waiting approximately 3 to 5 minutes before applying the next coat. To test if it's ready, use the dry to touch test method. If you take your index finger in a glove and touch the wet etching primer and it leaves a small print on the primed surface, but no etching primer transfers to your fingertip of your glove, then you can begin applying the next coat. The wait between coats of etching primer is very important and must be adhered to. Make sure you have some idea of how time is progressing. Using 27 degrees Celsius or 80 degrees Fahrenheit as a benchmark, you have 3 to 5 minutes from the start of applying the first coat of etching primer to the start of applying the second. Cooler temperatures will slow down the recoat time between the two coats, as will warmer temperatures speed up the recoat time between the two. Clear coat top coat. Before applying the clear coat, take another wooden paint stick and stir the clear coat so you have a smooth, homogeneous mixture in the can. The 3 to 5 minute wait between coats applies here too. Use the dry to touch test to check if the etching primer has dried sufficiently before applying the top coat. Apply the clear top coat with a brush only. No foam roller application is to be used here. The clear coat is applied and brushed much like conventional varnish. As with the etching primer, to access all parts of the propeller and shaft, we recommend turning the prop using a brush or wooden stick to avoid handling the prop. Make sure there are no heavy runs or sags in the clear coat. You'll have anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes to touch these up. Make sure the surface is completely coated with clear coat. Any missed areas will appear dull in luster. When you've finished coating the entire propeller with clear top coat, give the propeller one more visual inspection just to make sure there are no areas you might have missed and to check again that there are no runs in the clear coat. Once the running gear has been coated, clean up the contaminated waste products and dispose of as required by your local council or marine laws. Propspeed requires a minimum of 8 hours to dry before launching. In cold climates, we recommend at least 24 hours drying time. Unlike traditional bottom paints, Propspeed's effectiveness is not adversely affected by sitting out of the water for extended periods of time in warm or cold climates. Propspeed tips. Application of Propspeed requires planning, so make sure you have all of the required application equipment and thoroughly understand the process. Wear protective repertory, eye and skin protection. Remember to remove all of the solids at the bottom of the primer container and stir it into a homogeneous mixture before applying the primer hardener. Be sure to keep track of time between etching primer coats and the clear coat. The 3 to 5 minute recoat windows are critical and subject to your ambient application temperature. Be sure to brush out sags or drips in the etching primer before applying the clear coat. Install all zincs before applying Propspeed. When coating the blades of the propeller, remember to start in the hub area and work your way out to the end of the blade. The Prop Prep solution does not contain corrosive inhibitors, so the treated surface should be primed and coated with the clear coat as soon as possible after being treated, and definitely within 4 hours. When applying the clear coat, be sure to stretch the material out just as you would on the last coat of varnish on any bright work. We highly recommend 2 people work together on each application. After completing the application of the clear coat, visually observe all areas, ensuring there are no misses or gaps. The clear coat will dry to a glossy finish, helping the applicator find any uncoated areas. During cleaning of your hull, only use a soft cloth on the Propspeed and avoid any abrasive cleaning material or direct high-pressure water. When hauling your vessel, assess the Propspeed condition and reapply if necessary. Most owners reapply Propspeed at the same time as anti-foul. What makes Propspeed so unique is that it really works. It's Propspeed's unique combination of tenacious adhesion with a primer system and the repellent of marine growth with the clear coat that makes Propspeed the leader in running gear coatings today. More speed, less fuel. The best foul release product on the market.